Hello, I'm Lee Jackson.
Hi, Frank Warwick.
Well, we've come here to Luke Moffat's lake in central eastern France, just above Dijon. I mean, you can actually see this lake from the autoroute. It's right next to the autoroute, travelling south from Calais. And I mean, really, we've come here. We've got the lake to ourselves. It's a lovely, beautiful surroundings. 26-acre lake. We've come here with the hopes of catching a personal best European fish. And then, throughout the week we're going to show you a few, our tactics and whatever, and hopefully, inspire you to maybe want to come along and have a go also.
Yeah, we've got 5 days ahead of us, so hopefully it should be quite interesting. And we've got some unusual tactics really we're going to try out on this trip, because we've got 26 acres to ourselves. We're quite lucky. We're going to sort out things like clouding the water up and some really nice bits and pieces. Hopefully it'll all come together as we go along, and me and my mate here should have a few good fish to show you with a bit of luck.
Well, the lake itself, as far as Luke knows, contains probably 2 60-pound plus fish, which would possibly be a personal best for me. Don't want to be blasé or anything, Frank, but
well, European best for you.
It would definitely be a European best. I mean, I've only ever had one 40-pound carp from abroad, so it would definitely be a European best. But I've never caught a 50-pounder.
No,
and there's a few of them.
Just an English 60, though, haven't you, really?
Yeah, so, just an English 60. But no, I mean, there's a fair few 50-pound plus carp, plus a few 40-pound carp, and countless 30s. I mean, really sort of looking forward to it. I mean, it's quite a long drive down here, around about 5 hours from Calais. We arrived quite, the light was going, and I must admit, with a van full of kit, once we unloaded the van, it looked like a bomb site. There was gear everywhere. And it's always, that's one of the problems when you go to France. You've got all this kit around you, and you get to the swim, and you empty the car or the van, and you think, God, where does this all go, And so the light was going, so we had to be sort of fairly hasty, for positioning baits and everything. There's a couple of boats on site which we've given use of, so that made sort of position the hook baits.
That's right.
Luke, placed a couple of markers out there. There's a couple of sort of shallower spots, so that was a good place to start really.
Yeah, he put a bit of bait in for us as well, didn't he? Just to get them going. And we've seen a lot of fish in the margins yesterday, which you were gagging to have a go for.
As we walk around, I just love stalking. I just love that's just a bit of me. It's just sort of doing something all the time, just walking around rather than sitting behind motionless rods, And I'm gagging. We've seen a few in the edge, quite a few good, decent fish as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully, the weather's been very, very warm, so. All we've got to cross our fingers they don't start spawning and sort of muck things up.
Yeah, we were worried about that, weren't we? But
I mean, back in England, they're spawning a lot of waters at the moment.
Yeah, but the forecast for the weather is thunderstorms and things, and a bit of overcast weather. So hopefully, it should stop them.
Well, it's better to have rain because I've got my shorts on.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to pack mine, so we'll have to see.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, Frank, we've got the first beer of the week. It's nice to sort of chill out, away from the pressures of work.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Lovely surroundings.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how we get on.
Yeah, and cheers. Here's to a result.
Right, we'll tell you about what happened on day one. As we said earlier, Luke wasn't here when we arrived, and it was all pretty much of a rush to get the baits into position. I mean, Luke had placed some markers out there where there's some sort of raised areas, a little bit like sort of gravel bars in effect, but I don't think this is actually a gravel pit. We put the baits out by boat rather than, I mean, to be honest with you, it's a little bit more accurate. We've got access to the boat, so we might as well use it.
Yeah.
I mean, probably one of the marks is easy casting distance.
Yeah, you could do it, but there's quite weedy areas in here, isn't there? We wanted to get it spot on and everything.
Yeah, that's right. And we baited fairly heavily round all. Didn't go too mad, did we, the first night?
No.
And it got dark, and I think I had the first bite at.
Yeah, well, you used boilies on every rod bleed, didn't you?
Yeah, I decided to just use boilies. Just ordinary bottom baits on, double bottom baits on all rods.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times when you come to France, it's not, the fish are not that clued up like they are in England, are they? And,
that's right.
And very often I like using two baits, even three baits.
Yeah.
One thing, I mean, I think you're the same as well. One thing, we keep our sort of rigs similar to what the thing is in the UK, we're fishing for similar sort of size fish.
Yeah, especially you.
Yeah, and say if you're using size 6 hooks for UK big fish, you use the same for French ones.
Absolutely, yeah.
Don't really sort of believe in changing things around.
Yeah, well, you go in some tackle shops, or when I used to have a tackle shop, and you see guys that haven't been to France much, and they're getting 4s and 2s hooks, and it offsets all your rigs. The hooks are too heavy for the baits that you're using a lot of the time, and they're never going to be quite as sharp as the 6s.
That's right.
And 8s and what have you. And so, like you say, why change?
Yeah,
we're not fishing for.
It's the same with rods and reels. I mean, people think they've got to have great big rods for France and all that. It's not necessarily. I mean, 2 3/4, 3 pound test curve rods are fine in most cases, and whatever reels you're using in the UK. Obviously, if you're rowing baits out, if you run them out a real long way, then